We've passed on all we know. 1,000 generations live in you now. But this is your fight.
Hey everybody, it's Charlie. We got a brand new Star Wars Episode 9 trailer to break down, so here we go. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. I will be doing videos for the Star Wars Mandalorian TV series when it gets here later this year too. We finally found out what the title is, The Rise of Skywalker. I wonder if they're meaning the ascension of Skywalker because Luke Skywalker Force Ghost voiceover during the trailer. There's all these callbacks to the original trilogy. What looks like the second Death Star, it's hard to tell which one it is because of the Emperor's voiceover. He died on the second Death Star, and the fact that the Emperor's voiceover is in the trailer with that evil laughter, no one has ever really gone, like Luke says. It sounds like something that they do during the movie will require them to go seek out something that used to belong to Emperor Palpatine. But during the actual Episode 9 panel, when J.J. Abrams was sort of talking about some details, he didn't give away too many things. He talked about the greatest evil that all the current characters will face, and he sort of referenced Kylo Ren in the same breath. So just to make a Marvel joke, he made it sound like Kylo Ren and the First Order are not the Endgame threat. There's some bigger evil, and obviously because of the evil Palpatine laugh, it makes it sound like Palpatine has something to do with this greater threat. But also, I love that Ian McDiarmid came out on stage and said, "Roll the clip again," after they played the trailer in full Palpatine voice. They didn't say what the names of these other planets that they go to. The desert planet that looks very much like Tatooine. Obviously, you spent a lot of time back on Tatooine during Return of the Jedi. It sounds like J.J. Abrams referenced a lot of Return of the Jedi things during Episode 9, the same way that he did with Episode 7, referencing a lot of A New Hope moments. So make all the Death Star jokes that you want. Oh great, they put another Death Star in here. This just looks like wreckage from the second Death Star explosion. The teaser trailer opens with Rey breathing deeply, centering herself, getting ready to be run down by what seems like a more advanced version or a redesigned version of Kylo Ren's TIE silencer. She ignites Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber, which she has since repaired. They didn't reveal how much time has gone by, but they say enough time for her to have read most of what's in those Jedi journals that she took with her, but not completely everything. They did unofficially confirm in a roundabout way that she would be manifesting new Force abilities that we haven't seen before. As the TIE silencer approaches quickly, she does a backflip over it, but it looks like she's getting ready to slice the top open with the lightsaber because they cut the footage before you see what happens next. Then there's a shot of a brand new shuttle approaching another one of the brand new planets in a city in a mountain range amongst clouds, as if it were a city in the clouds because Lando is in the movie, so it sounds like they're referencing a lot of Bespin stuff from Empire Strikes Back. They haven't said exactly what he's doing during the film, but at the end of Last Jedi, Leia was talking about help that she was going to call on. It sounds like Lando is the person that gives the Resistance a lot of help that they need because they're basically decimated at the end of Last Jedi. There's a new scene of Kylo Ren with the First Order troops assaulting a planet, taking down this rogue figure with his lightsaber. The sky is completely red. They've destroyed the area. They did destroy the super laser from the Starkiller base, so I don't know why the sky is red here, if it's just this planet or if they've done something else with some other huge weapon that they have. If we're referencing a lot of Return of the Jedi moments, there was a second Death Star during Return of the Jedi. Maybe there's some other second super weapon of some sort in this. Then there's a new scene of Kylo Ren repairing his old helmet that he smashed during Episode 8. There are red glowing lines all over it now. If they keep that reddish glow, it actually would make the helmet look a little bit cooler, but these might just be lines from him soldering it together. There's a new shot of Poe and Finn on that same desert planet. We have no idea when some of these scenes are happening during the movie. It's all cut up. There's very little that we actually know about the plot of the film. We know about as much of this film as we do of Avengers Endgame, although Star Wars is not known for working a lot of extra fake footage into their trailers, so I think this trailer is less fake than all the Avengers Endgame trailers. You get a brand new shot of BB-8 and that new droid D-O inside that Resistance base. There's a shot of Chewie and Lando flying the Millennium Falcon through hyperspace. It's a nice callback to Lando flying the Falcon during Return of the Jedi. Not a scratch on her, I promise. There's a brand new shot of Poe, Finn, and C-3PO on that same desert planet in a speeder chase through what seems like a moisture farm flying from the First Order. I don't expect this to be Tatooine, but like they spend a lot of time on Tatooine during Return of the Jedi, them being on this desert planet is just a reference to that. So if they are like doing really big callbacks, this could be Jakku or it could be a completely different planet, but I'm not expecting them to go right back to Jakku. Cool shot of a couple of First Order stormtroopers flying through the dust with jetpacks. This is a brand new shot of a Resistance A-Wing flying across the bow of First Order Star Destroyer. This actually seems like it's Leia's hands holding one of the Rebellion medallions that she gave to Luke, Han Solo, and Chewbacca at the end of A New Hope. So huge callback to that. If this really is the last film in the Skywalker saga, they're probably not just referencing Return of the Jedi moments. They'll probably be callbacks to all the films. But this is an old scene of Leia made to look new with Rey hugging each other in Rey's new, whiter looking outfit that's designed a lot like the outfit she was wearing during Episode 7. It's sort of a more polished version of her Episode 7 outfit made to look like Jedi robes. But the way they explained all the Leia footage during Episode 9 is that it's all taken from unused or deleted scenes from Episode 7 and Episode 8 that they shot with Carrie Fisher. You get all the Luke Skywalker Force Ghost voiceover saying, "We've passed on all we know. 1,000 generations live in you now." Clearly he's speaking to Rey during this, but this is your fight. Effectively saying that they're passing the torch now because Carrie Fisher has passed away, so the Leia character will probably pass away during Episode 9. Luke Skywalker has passed away, Han Solo has passed away, so it's officially on them now. You get more Force Ghost Luke Skywalker voiceover talking to Rey while she's hugging Leia, saying, "We'll always be with you," sort of paying honor to Carrie Fisher's passing in real life. But also Luke Skywalker telling Rey that we'll always be with you because Force Ghost, that's just the way things work in the Star Wars universe. You have all the new mains on a different planet looking at what looks like the wreckage, like I said, of the second Death Star with the Palpatine cackle in the background. Here's the thing though, if that is the second Death Star, then that would be Endor that they're on, just a very different part of Endor than we've seen before. There were a couple images of the film they released of them on a forest planet that could be this same place, which would mean if this is the second Death Star, that they go back to Endor, which isn't so much a Return of the Jedi reference as them literally going back to Return of the Jedi. But it seems like whatever they're here for, it has something to do with Palpatine and something during like the big mission of the film, this greater evil that J.J. Abrams is teasing. So the title, The Rise of Skywalker, probably has something to do with this second Death Star, with the Palpatine of it all, with the ascension of Luke Skywalker to Force Ghost status, but also because this is the end of the Skywalker saga, there'll probably be a lot of references to Anakin Skywalker, the will of the Force, and a lot of the broader mythology that they've teased out during the Clone Wars series. If you didn't know, they're actually bringing back Clone Wars for that Disney Plus streaming service, but I don't think that those episodes will air till next year sometime, so it'll be a while before we get new Clone Wars. But the real big question to me, though, is what Kylo Ren is going to do before he goes out in this film, because he's the last living member of the Skywalker family, and if the title is The Rise of Skywalker, is the title also a reference to the rise of Kylo Ren in a much bigger way? Like the way that Darth Vader was redeemed at the end of Return of the Jedi before he passed away, is the same thing going to happen to Kylo Ren if he either dies or if he continues on living but he's been redeemed? That's a whole other question too, whether or not you think that Kylo Ren walks away from this or if he dies before the end of the film. But because it is the very last film, I would expect all kinds of surprise cameos. The Emperor Palpatine one is probably the biggest surprise. That was such a funny moment after they played the trailer. Like, oh, you thought this was just a funny wink at the camera that we were doing. No, I'm actually here at Star Wars Celebration. The Emperor tells you to roll the clip again. So listen to this clip of J.J. Abrams talk about the quote-unquote greater threat and let me know if you think that he's teasing some other bigger thing instead of just Kylo Ren in the First Order.
In addition to being the end of 3 trilogies, it also needs to work as its own movie. And that's been part of the fun of it, part of the challenge of it. But this movie, it's about this new generation and what they've inherited, the light and the dark, and asking the question as they face the greatest evil, are they prepared? Are they ready?
The way he tries to talk around it just makes it sound like Kylo Ren is not the ultimate evil of this film. Like there'll be something else that has something to do with Palpatine and them at this second Death Star wreckage. The other really big news you may have heard is that Star Wars movies after Episode 9 are going to be on hiatus indefinitely, meaning it'll probably be at least 3 to 4 years before we find out what the next Star Wars film is going to be. But they're still doing the trilogy that the Game of Thrones producers are making. We don't know what that's going to be about. There's a lot of rumors about Knights of the Old Republic. It could be any kind of trilogy. Rian Johnson is also still doing his trilogy. We know a little bit more about that. So for the next couple of years, the only new Star Wars content that we're getting is going to be the TV stuff that they're doing on the Disney Plus streaming service. They said that the Star Wars Mandalorian series is going to be available at the launch of the Disney Plus streaming service November 12th. They didn't say exactly how they're going to release episodes, if it'll be Netflix style where they dump everything or if they do one episode per week. There's going to be a panel for the Mandalorian series where they'll probably release the teaser trailer on Sunday night. Because Sunday is also the premiere of Game of Thrones Season 8, that's basically what my videos will be Sunday. It'll be the Star Wars trailer for the Mandalorian series in the morning, and then I'll do my